Welcome back. In this lesson, we're going to add a title block to this sheet layer. First, we'll remember that whenever we're working on the sheet layer and we're not inside a viewport or inside a drawing, we're always drawing at full scale. So here's what we're going to do. A lot of times I will prefer to place my title block at the short end of the drawing when I print these out, and they just play well that way. But I'm not going to ask you to do that. It's a more involved title block than I'm going to require for this assignment. However, I do want to reinforce a standard in drafting, and that is anything on the drafting should be able to be read from the bottom of the page or the right side of the page. You'll notice that in the dimensions here, that they're either oriented to the bottom or the right side of the page. So if you want to make a fancy title block, you can do that. You can put a border all the way around the drawing or what have you. But I'm going to show you what I expect of you for this assignment. We could create a title block by making a rectangle down here and then filling in all the elements of it. But what sense would that make? We're eternally, I think, in our world, getting boxes and then filling the boxes with the things that need to go in them. Sometimes our houses are built that way, right? It's much more reasonable to assemble what you need and then find the right box to go around it. So you'll recall that I'll need to go to my select tool before I change the size of my text. And I'm going to want this text to be a little bit larger than the text in the rest of the document. So I've gone to my select tool. I'm going to pull down my text menu. I'm going to go to, I think 24-point font, double the size of the 12-point. And I'm going to need to put in, it doesn't look like it held up. Size is still sitting at 12. Let's go to 24. I'm going to tell it again. That looks like it held up better. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to go to 24-point font, and I'm going to first put in the title of whatever show this is. I'm going to name this show THTR 120 Stagecraft. Congratulations, you're in a show, you're cast. But you'll see that my line weights and my color are all off here. Forgot to change those, so let's go back and change that to black, right? And now, change it to black. I had to click off of the object in order to make the black stick. All right, and I want the title of what's on this drawing, Elevations, to be even larger. And we're going to make that all bold. We're going to make that really stand out. The text tool, pulling down font style to bold. There we have that. Well, let's just go ahead and center that underneath Stagecraft. All right. Now we're going to need a few other things in our title block. We're going to want a smaller size text again. Let's go back to 20. And we'll type in drawn by my name. And we're going to say that the date is 12/2/2020. Anything that's worth drawing or publishing is worth putting your name and date on. and those are actually required. Now we're going to need to know the scale of this. Now if it's various scale, we can say as noted, and then folks will look at our little label over here for each drawing. But generally a plate will stay in the same scale. 1/2 inch equals 1 foot 0 inches. Generally it will stay in the same scale, except as noted elsewhere. And now I think I want to identify the producing organization. This is all that would absolutely have to be on every drawing. That's just that important. And then I like to put on the producing organization, Theater by the Grove. I'd also like to be able to put on, let's be able to center that. Let's start a new list. I'd also like to put on the director. They always like this. The director can be, who do we want the director to be? Simon Legree, or you can make yourself the director. And I'll usually put on the technical director, the person overseeing the shop. That's me. All right. Might be drawn by a different person. All right, I'm going to center this underneath my elevations. Center this underneath my elevations. And now I've got what I really need. Let's pull that down, make that look a little bit better. Grab this, pull it down, make it look a little neater. I've got what I really need in my area for my title block, and now I can draw a box around that. That makes a whole lot more sense. Click, drag, click. Oh, it's still solid. I need to take the fill out of that. And since it's a boundary around a special part of the drawing, I want to put that in extra heavy line weight. It's an exception to that 2-line rule. In fact, I'm going to go to my line tool and draw in some more lines to divide my title block up. Yeah, I want to move that. And now I have my title block. I don't like those line weights for those really light lines in the title block there. I could make those 0.25 long internal object lines like that. One other thing that I want to put on a title block is the plate number. So I'm going to say plate. And then I'm going to put an of down here because I'm going to want to know that this is plate number 1 out of however many plates I have in the drawing. And then I want to put a very large number here so that it's really easy to distinguish in a set of drawings. So I'm going to go to my text tool. I'm going to say, hey, the size of this is going to be really big. It's going to be 96. I'm going to say this is plate number 1. All right. And then I can draw another box over here, snap to my first box. Snap to that, please. I need to hold down my shift key and then drag that across. There we go. I need to put no fill in that. And let's go ahead and make that a 0.5 line weight too. And now I've got a pretty decent title block for my drawing. Okay, very good. I'm going to show you one last clip, and that's how to crop a viewport in our very last instructional video.